Hello, I'm Margaret Harris, and this evening I would like to talk to you about the sex trafficking awareness, prevalence, and prevention. That's what I did my research on. Now, it's going to take me two screencastifys because mine only records 5 minutes at a time. So bear with me and click to the next one when I'm done with this one. Thank you. So, exactly what is sex trafficking? It is the action or practice of illegally transporting people from one country or area to another for the purpose of sexual exploitation. Kind of talks about human trafficking too, but it is branched off into that. 21 million people worldwide are now victims of forced labor. Sex trafficking can be known as modern day slavery. It is a 99 billion per year industry for people. It's all over the world. I'm going to talk mostly about the United States, and 20% of the human trafficking victims are children. And we know we're concerned about youth and child abuse. So I want to take you on a journey about that. So, who are victims of this? The main people that are victims are at risk youth, runaways, which are considered at risk, homeless, looking for an answer. It's predominantly females that are sex trafficked, but males, it does happen to them, only it's less prominent. And we'll talk about that a little bit too. Anyone can be a victim, and we'll talk about why. The victims can come from all sorts of walks of life. So, why are we just now hearing about this? This is becoming more common. It's underreported. Most of the time, it's a personal nature of the victimizations consistent with that of any other sexual crime. So they're kind of lumped in together, is what that means. The public nature of commercial exploitation, it compounds the trauma of victims. And I'd like to take a moment to talk about trauma. I thought in this class this semester, the video that we saw on trauma based, that we have to learn how to deal with trauma based youth. And this could be one area in which they need a lot of help. Also, I think one of the main things are that the victims fear retaliation from their traffickers. They're ruthless. They can threaten physical and psychological brutality. They treat them terrible. They get them all confused about things. So the personal nature of that is brutality in itself, and it causes a lot of trauma. There are conflicting allegiances or confusion about being a victim. They get close to someone because to be a victim in sex trafficking, usually they're offering them a better life than possibly they had before. Although we know that life is terrible, they get very, very dependent on the people that are abusing them. It's also difficult for the general public to just spot what's going on. We just go about our daily lives, and this is really happening under our noses. The crime is a very adaptable, and detection efforts are very difficult. So now I think this awareness is going to be out there, and we're beginning to hear a lot more about it. What are our concerns? Well, first of all, it's the world's fastest growing criminal enterprise. We know that drugs, we hear about that all the time, but we don't always hear about this enterprise. And it's time that we take a step and learn about it. There is a gender bias, and I believe the gender bias would be that we think it's all females because females get taken advantage of more, and they think the males are untouchable. But that is just not true. But it is a lower percentage for males, maybe because it's less reported. The victim's perception of are they survivors? Victims are not weak and helpless. They are survivors, and they have gone through a lot. The American perception, I will pick up on my next 5 minutes that I will start my new screencastify. Thank you.